Let me talk to you something today about shooting a recurve. Now, a recurve is totally different than a compound bow. Me personally, I use a shooting glove, which is going to cover my 3 fingers. I'm right-handed. Right hand's going to do all the work, pull the bow back. Slip the glove on. You want your glove to be tight, but you don't want it to cut the circulation off by any means. Now, with a recurve bow, you're going to be using a more instinctive shot. And of course, you notice my hat's turned around backwards. I'm going to have this bow pulled back further than I do my compounds. My compounds are at 28 inches or 29 inches. A recurve is built on a 28-inch draw length. So I pull my recurve to 30.5 inches. So basically, what we have to do is take you back. Say if you purchased a recurve from us, we've got a draw length arrow. You're going to draw it back, get your anchor position. We're going to figure out how far you're pulling the bow back. Then we can figure out the poundage. And by that, you'll see a lot of recurves. This one doesn't say it, but on most of them on the limbs, it's going to have 28 inches, 50-pound max. Well, the bow is measured at 28 inches. So at 50 pounds, it's a 28-inch draw. But when you go past 28 inches, the bow's going to do what we call loading. So that means you could add, if you pull a couple more inches, you could add, 6 to 8 more pounds. Let me demonstrate how to execute a shot. A lot of the recurve shooters are going to shoot a feather with a helical on it. This is a 5-inch feather. I prefer all white just because it's a little bit easier to find. And if you'll notice on my arrows, I've got a little number. A lot of guys do this because they want to see what arrows are flying the best, what arrows are performing the best. And also with these, when you do a no cock feather or you do all 3 the same fletchings, it makes it easier for you to nock your bow. But these bows right here is, like I said, real simple. Take that, I'm going to have the cock feather, which is that feather with a little black line I drew on it, pointed towards me. Same thing, push it back, make sure you get a good tight knock on your string. Now, there's several different ways to shoot a recurve. I preferably like to shoot mine what they call 1 over and 2 under, which of course being your pointer finger over and 2 fingers under. Now, there's also some guys that shoot their bows 3 fingers under. Another guy that works here, he shoots his 3 fingers under, and he also uses a tab, which a tab does the same thing. It covers your 3 fingers. But he holds his bow like such. That's 3 fingers under. Now bear with me, folks. This is a little bit different than a compound, so sometimes it goes where it wants to. But you take your bow, same thing, get your good hand, keep your arm rolled out, get your hand grip on the bow. I'm going to take my fingers, because I'm using a finger release, which is not, like I said before, as accurate as using a mechanical release. But get the tips of your fingers on the bow. The anchor point, form, and everything else is paramount in this, just like shooting a compound. As you'll notice, when I draw this bow back, my middle finger is my anchor point. So when my middle finger comes to the corner of my mouth, that's when I'm going to aim and release my arrow. Let's try one out. All right, not bad. But as you see, it's very much a form and a consistency issue.